upset, anger, all kinds of emotions just going through.
Gabriel and Raquel Guerra are breathing a sigh of relief after Christopher Preciado and his father Ramon were arrested Wednesday night in the deaths of their son Matthew Guerra, his girlfriend Savanah Soto, and their unborn child Fabian. Now this case moves to the district attorney's office, and the Guerras say they want nothing less than the death penalty for Christopher Preciado.
Did you know she was pregnant?
Oh, always fake news, so.
That is a man accused of helping to hide the bodies of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra.
Police body-worn camera revealed the frantic moments when relatives of the missing couple discovered their bodies inside Guerra's car on December 26, 2023. The day before, authorities issued a clear alert that stated Soto could be in a gray Kia Optima. Detective Andy Griego with Leon Valley Police recalls responding to the welfare check turned crime scene.
I'm trying to protect the crime scene by pushing the family that had arrived away from the vehicle, because I had found two individuals that appeared to be deceased inside the vehicle.
And San Antonio firefighter EMT Jeremiah Latta explained what he saw inside the car.
Warning, this video contains discussions of violence, murder, and sensitive real-life events, including the deaths of a pregnant woman and her unborn child. Some details may be disturbing or emotionally difficult to hear. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Disclaimer, this video is based on publicly available information and is intended for educational and documentary purposes only. An 18-year-old, 9 months pregnant, disappears. She misses the day she's supposed to give birth. 5 days later, she's found inside a car, shot in the head, along with her boyfriend and their unborn baby. Police say this started as a simple drug deal, but what they uncovered next is way darker than anyone expected. Police say this started as a simple drug deal, but what they uncovered next is way darker than anyone expected. Savanah Soto was 18, just days away from becoming a mom. Her baby already had a name, Fabian. Matthew Guerra was 22, living fast, flashing money online, but to her, he was everything. And then it gets worse. December 26th, a car is found inside our two bodies. They had been there for days. Police believe this all started with a setup, a drug deal, one meeting, one mistake. Police start putting the pieces together. But here's the twist. No DNA, no fingerprints. Investigators say a 19-year-old got into the back seat and within minutes started shooting. Investigators believe the bodies were moved and the car was dumped just blocks away. The suspect admits he was there but says it was self-defense.
Questions are mounting over a missing persons case that is now turned into a murder investigation. Although the search ended for the missing mom-to-be, Savanah Soto, the investigation into her death and the death of her boyfriend, Matthew Guerra, is just beginning. We have just learned from police they both died of a single gunshot wound. This turned into a capital murder case, and police say the killer will also be charged with the life of Savanah Soto's unborn baby. So far, we know Savanah was last seen at an apartment complex in Leon Valley. According to court documents, her boyfriend Matthew Guerra's last location was off of Culebra Road, about 10 minutes away. But the two were found outside the Colinas apartment complex. They were both inside of the Kia Optima police were searching for. Chief William McManus said it looks like they were inside the car for 3 or 4 days. The family tells us Savanah was supposed to be induced to have her baby on Saturday. She was last heard from Friday. Family has learned the vehicle was found at the Colinas apartments yesterday and told police. The woman says she's Savanah's sister-in-law. Joni Wassel tells us she got to the car, opened the door, and found the horrific sight as police arrived to the scene. Police are not sure what connection the Colinas apartments has to the case. Family and friends were desperately trying to find Savanah and knew she was in danger. Savanah's grandmother, Rachel Soto, shares with us how her worst nightmare came true.
My heart is broken right now. And nothing's ever going to replace her. She was a good girl. She loved sports. She played basketball with her brothers. But she was a heart. She was beautiful inside and out.
San Antonio Police Chief William McManus calls the case complex. Questions remain over what went wrong and how the missing mother-to-be was not found for days, even though she was minutes from home. It turns out an alert to find her was only sent to people living in Leon Valley and not the rest of San Antonio.
This originating in Leon Valley, that's why I came out from there, the alert, clear alert.
Was there ever any indication that SAPD should have put out a clear alert of their own?
No.
Savanah was found just outside of Leon Valley. SAPD is now in charge of the case. We've also obtained court records today revealing Soto's boyfriend had a long criminal history, including drugs, burglary, and assault against Savanah. Police have provided no information indicating Matthew Guerra was involved in Savanah's death. As they continue to investigate, we uncovered Savanah Soto's boyfriend, Matthew Guerra, had been charged with assaulting her on Christmas Day of last year. Guerra was placed on probation for that charge, which was set to end on June of 2024, but court documents show he picked up more charges this past September. A violation report shows Guerra was charged with unlawful carry of a weapon, reckless driving, and evading arrest. His possession of a gun, a violation of probation, which prohibited him from having guns. Another condition of his probation was to not have harmful or injurious contact with Soto, his girlfriend. Here's what police had to say when asked if firearms were found in the car.
We don't know that yet. We have not been able to move the bodies.
The medical examiner is still working to determine the cause of death.
Our top story at 10, new insight into the murder case of Savanah Soto, Matthew Guerra, and their unborn baby, Fabian.
And today, a grand jury indicted Christopher Preciado for capital murder and the deaths of all three. His parents also indicted for their alleged roles. Investigators believe they helped cover up the murders back in December.
KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna spoke with the district attorney earlier tonight. She joins us live outside his office. And Megan, the capital murder charge did not initially include baby Fabian.
Right. The family was unsure up until today if baby Fabian would be included in this case, but ultimately the district attorney did include him when presenting it to the grand jury earlier today. The family, of course, is relieved as they continue to mourn. At Kenwood Park, a memorial is still in place for Savanah Soto and her baby Fabian. On this Wednesday afternoon, Savanah's family gathered there with mixed emotions.
We're happy, like we said, but we're also just kind of like messed up about the whole situation.
Just hours earlier, Matthew Guerra's father and stepmother were outside the Bexar County District Attorney's office holding signs reading "Justice for Baby Fabian." Ultimately, they got the news they wanted to hear. Indictments for Christopher Preciado for capital murder, abuse of corpse, and altering, destroying, or concealing a corpse. His parents, Ramon Preciado and Mirta Romanos, were also indicted for charges related to helping Christopher get rid of the bodies.
We're going to try and expedite these cases as fast as we can.
District Attorney Joe Gonzalez says he took into account the request from the family to include baby Fabian as a victim in the capital murder charge, but he also relied on Texas law.
An unborn child is a person under the laws of Texas, and could be and should be considered as a person in terms of whether or not to add an additional count.
Gonzalez says it's still too early to say if his office will seek the death penalty for Christopher. He says his parents are facing anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison.
Did you know she was pregnant?
Oh, always fake news, huh?
That is a man accused of helping to hide the bodies of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. Ramon Preciado and his son Christopher arrested last night for their alleged parts in the murders.
But today, more charges have been filed against the father and son. Christopher Preciado charged with capital murder. Now 2 more additional charges of abuse of a corpse and alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse. His father, Ramon, is also charged with abuse of a corpse and the newly added charge of alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse.
We're also, for the very first time, hearing from the family, Guerra's father and stepmother, speaking to KSAT today. Eric Hernandez reports they're hoping for the full extent of punishment for both men.
Upset, anger, all kinds of emotions just going through.
Gabriel and Raquel Guerra are breathing a sigh of relief after Christopher Preciado and his father Ramon were arrested Wednesday night in the deaths of their son Matthew Guerra, his girlfriend Savanah Soto, and their unborn child Fabian.
That was definitely a relief of mine that, I can hold someone accountable. I've been talking about justice for the 3 of them since it started.
Gabriel and Raquel say neither of them know who Christopher and Ramon are. According to the arrest affidavit, Matthew and Savanah met Christopher to allegedly sell them marijuana. We asked the Guerras about that information after they had previously stated that Matthew was trying to turn his life around.
Matthew hasn't made the best decisions. I'll make no excuses for him, but whatever he did, I don't condone that at all. But that being said, no one deserves to be murdered, period, regardless of what kind of activity you're in or what you're doing.
Now this case moves to the district attorney's office, and the Guerras say they want nothing less than the death penalty for Christopher Preciado.
Now, in 2026, this case is finally going to trial.
All rise for the jury.
Okay, thank you. You may be seated. I understand there is a verdict. If the foreperson could please rise. Is it unanimous?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if you could hand it to the deputy, please. Thank you. If Mr. Preciado, please rise. Count 1, capital murder, murder of more than one person in the same criminal transaction. Verdict form. We, the jury, find the defendant Christopher Ray Preciado guilty of the offense of capital murder as charged in count 1 of the indictment. Signed the presiding juror. Count 2, capital murder, murder of individual under the age of 10. We, the jury, find the defendant Christopher Ray Preciado guilty of the offense of capital murder as charged in count 2 of the indictment. Signed the presiding juror. Count 3, capital murder, intentional murder during robbery. We, the jury, find the defendant Christopher Ray Preciado guilty of the offense of capital murder as charged in count 3 of the indictment. Signed the presiding juror. Is there anything we need to address from the attorneys at this time?
I'd like to go to the jury.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm going to pull you, which means I'm going to ask you if this is your true verdict. Are my alternates out here? Okay, I'm going to skip you, and I'm going to start from the back row, and I'm going to count down 1, and I'm going to go this way, and then I'm going to come to the front row and continue my count, and I'm just going to ask you, is this your true verdict rendered? And you can say true or not true. Okay, so in the back, sir, is this your true verdict rendered? Juror 1. True. 2.
True.
3.
True.
4.
True.
5.
True.
6.
True, ma'am.
7. Juror 7.
Oh, true.
Yes. 8.
True.
9.
True.
10.
True.
11.
True.
12.
True.
Thank you. Anything further from either side?
No, Your Honor.
Well then, in accordance with the jury verdict, if Mr. Preciado could please rise, is there any legal reasoning why I cannot assess punishment at this time?
No, Your Honor.
In accordance with the jury verdict and under Penal Code 1231, I assess life without the possibility of parole. You do have the right to appeal.
Guilty, life without parole. 3 lives were lost: Savanah, Matthew, and baby Fabian. And a question that still hasn't been fully answered. Was this planned, or did it spiral out of control? Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for updates and more stories like these.